What's up, guys? It's Ryquiz. We're gonna do some Clinkz Theorycrafting in the offlane. Let's go. First, we're gonna do a small hero audit. So look at what he brings to the table. Then we're gonna look at pro games. So look at the Dota tracker, Dota Pro tracker, Dota buff, that type of stuff. See if it has already been played in high-level pubs or in pro games. Then we're gonna think about, like, okay, what types of heroes does he want to play with and against which type of supports, because that's what we usually see in our pub drafts. And then we're gonna look in-game, see if there's any guides in-game, because sometimes there are, to kind of like inform some of our thoughts. And then we're going to try and draw some conclusions, which come in the form of goals. So what's the goal of Clinkz Offlane? I don't know yet. And how does he want to accomplish that? And what does he need from his teammates? So when do you pick Clinkz? What type of heroes do you want people to pick with your Clinkz? And then what types of skill build / item build do you go to accomplish the goals that Clinkz can accomplish in the offlane? So I would imagine that sometimes he can go for like a right-clicking build. Sometimes he can go for like, I don't know, Shard Gleipnir, more carry-esque. Sometimes he'll need to stand in front, defend towers. Maybe he goes Greaves or something, you know? Like, your items tell your team a lot about what you think you are supposed to do in that game. And they'll itemize accordingly, probably. Like, if you're buying 3 carry items, it would make sense to me that your 4 or your mid laner might pick up like more utility based items at that moment. I don't know. So first things first, let's talk about Clinkz. So Clinkz used to be kind of a dead hero before the 7.33 patch, and then he was reworked. So, and Clinkz has been reworked for quite a few times. But let's just go through it slowly. We have Strafe, which gives him attack speed and bonus attack range. So it's kind of like the sniper passive thing, or it's kind of a Mask of Madness-esque effect. You just activate it, and then for 3.5 seconds, you're just a turret. You just go brrr. Okay, and it's quite a bit of attack speed. It's more than a Moonshard at level 4. Am I right about that, or am I wrong about that? Let's check. Moonshard is 140 actually. So it's a Moonshard at level 2. That's pretty dope. But it has a pretty short duration. You already get the attack range at level 1. So it's a pretty nice value point if you need the range on your skeletons. We'll get to those soonish. Okay, oh yeah, your skeletons also get this bonus range and bonus attack speed for 50% of the values. And the cooldown's pretty long at level 1, but it becomes pretty decent at level 4. The downtime is still significant, but when you have Strafe level 4, you could theoretically kind of like go in, use Strafe, go out and reset, and then use it again later in the fight. So it's just a self-buff, and it also buffs his skeletons, but you can't target your allies with it. So that it would be really good on Medusa and stuff. So I guess we're not doing that. And then we have Tar Bomb, which is a new ability, new to me at least, in which Clinkz throws a projectile filled with tar at the target enemy, dealing magic damage on impact. Okay, so magic damage on impact. And the tar spills onto the ground where it stays for 5 seconds. So it's kind of like the Nether Toxin-ish. Any enemy that walks across it gets slowed. Oh, so it's more like the nature's growth thing from Treant, like the line that slows people. That's cool. And then attacks from Clinkz and his burning army. So not his allies, not his illusions, and not his summons. Only him and his burning army. I think. We're gonna check that right away. Because that would be good to know. I don't think he'll make Manta on Clinkz, but we are about to check. This is just a good thing to just check. Let's make the Manta.
Yes.
It does about 40 damage right now. Dude, chill. I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Goes my bones.
Oh, it actually does work. I think. I don't think it did a lot, though. Let's give it more tar bomb damage. I think it didn't work. It just changed the... See, it's 45, and then I give it a tar bomb. And then it's still 45. It just does the fire arrow animation. Okay. So it does not work on Manta, which most likely means that it also doesn't work on Helm of the Dominator. Okay, let's steal this creep for a bit. Let's do one hit. Does more than my illusions. Nice. So 54-ish. 56. So, yeah. So, Tar Bomb does not give bonus damage to illusions and also not to summons. So we knew that from reading Tar Bomb, but now we know for sure. So it's only Clinkz himself and his burning army. So he's very self-centered in his buffing potential or damage amplification. So it stays there for 5 seconds. It slows anybody that enters, and it also lets Clinkz specifically and his archers do bonus damage. The bonus damage goes from 15 to 25 to 35 to 45. That is pretty good with attack speed. And lowered armor, because it's physical damage. The impact is magical, but all the bonus damage is physical. So he seems to be physical damage focused. When the tar bomb hits any burning army skeleton within attack... Oh, okay, right. So when you hit the tar bomb on something, burning army skeletons will attack. So, can you actually... Can I... Okay. And then I summon an enemy? Can I... I can't order them to do anything. Okay. So I need to do this. Okay. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, so you can't actually order your burning army skeletons to do anything. So that's a pretty big thing. That makes it pretty hard to snipe couriers with it, for example. I don't even know if they hit couriers, honestly. Let's check it out. I guess we're checking a lot. Okay, they do... Oh my god, they do 0 damage. What the hell? Okay, how do I resummon it?
Straight as an arrow.
Oh, does... Oh my god, okay, let me summon another Queen of Pain. Level 30... Oh, level 30... Courier probably has a lot of HP now, doesn't it? Okay, you can't target it with Tar Bomb. Cool. All good to know. So if they attack a courier that is never skill from Clinkz, it's purely the... It's your own fault, basically. The skeletons just attack whatever is in range. Or is in aggro range. It moves slows for 16, 19, 22, 25, so I don't really know how good that is. Let me check.
Then curse the
So,
Pain train.
okay, she moves around like slow, but it's okay, and then...
Your middle tower
Okay,
is
it's
under
not
attack.
that bad.
yes.
Like, sure, it's annoying.
Forward.
You feel it, but
That's
it's
my
not like the
way.
end of the world. Let's see. The slow duration is 2.5. Okay, so that's a pretty long linger, actually. So if you're still in the area at the last second, it can be a 7.5 second slow. Max. Probably won't happen, but... So it's pretty nice. As soon as somebody, like, even touches it, it's 2.5 seconds. I think. Right? Like,
Point the way.
if I just put it down...
Your queen moves.
Oh, wait. So she goes in. Yeah, she's still slow. Nice.
Yes.
Okay. So that's pretty neat. And then the impact damage is 40, 60, 80, and 100 impact damage. So that's just nice. Nice to have a little bit of magic damage, but I don't think it's relevant. And then the cooldown is pretty amazing. 7654. So this one is pretty spammable. And how long does the... Oh, so the slow duration is 2.5. But how long does the debuff stay? I don't know. So,
Point the way.
Oh, yes.
1, 2, 3... So it's the 2.5-ish. Because if you walk... how do I test this?
Quickly now.
If I do this,
Certainly.
and then I hit this one, it takes 260-ish damage. And then
Yes.
if it doesn't have the tar bomb stuff anymore... Yeah, okay, so you do get the bonus damage if you weren't the main target. Cool, so it kind of works how you expect, and then it's 7 to 4 cooldown. That's pretty spammable. So you... I don't know if you need an Octarine core with this hero. Like, having more strafe is probably nice. Getting strafe down to... What is it, 12 and a half? Is that correct? This is 1.5, 3 something. It's like 11 something. Am I crazy? 1/4 of 7.5, it's 375. So 375 off your 15 is like 11.25. So that's pretty nice. 11
Your
seconds
middle tower is under
cooldown,
attack.
3.5 duration. So you wait like 7 seconds and then you use strafe again. Assuming that it goes on cooldown right away. It goes on cooldown right away. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good. Does it have a talent on strafe? Strafe cooldown -7. Holy moly. So then it's 8. And then if you have Octarine, it becomes 6. So then you have a more than 50% uptime on strafe. That is pretty good. I don't know if the tar bomb multi-shot is good, but the strafe cooldown is definitely good. I don't know how the multi-shot works, if it, like... If it procs Maelstrom and stuff. We'll have to test that. Ugh,
Yes.
okay, let's just... We'll get the multi-shot, we'll get the Maelstrom, and then I'll
That's my way.
shoot.
Under pain of
I
death.
feel like it did. Okay, maybe it's just, maybe just do this and then see.
Clink.
A past pain.
Wait, what? Why is it not multi-shotting? I am so confused. Okay, let's get her a couple Tarasks. And, maybe an armor thing. Flame mail.
Quick fire.
Okay, so it does. Okay, the split shot. Oh my god. How many people does that go to? That seems crazy. Dummy targets.
Swear it.
Dummy targets everywhere.
Swiftly.
So I do this.
Let's fly.
Okay, it's only a second target. It's not. It's okay. Okay.
The road.
So. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, sure, it's a multi-shot, but it's more like a split shot. It's not like a Medusa shot, right? It's more like what's the neutral item called? It's more of a crack shot. Okay. Back to Clinkz. So tar shot is pretty good. Then we go to Death Pact. So Clinkz consumes the target enemy creep or friendly skeleton. Okay, so you can target your own skeletons. That's nice. Consumes an enemy creep. Do you get the money? I think that's pretty big. Do you get money?
Straight as an arrow. I like to battle.
Yep, you get the money. Okay, so it's good. It's kind of like a Devour on a 40-second cooldown. Wow, it's kind of like a Doom. Dude, you don't get bonus gold, but it's still good. You can just, like, you can create extra gold for your lane. Just every 40 seconds, just like yoink, yoink, yoink. It even kind of gives vision because you spawn the skeleton. I don't know if the creeps will kill it right away, but it's kind of whatever. Especially if you have it higher level. I wonder which creeps are level 6 and which ones are 5 and which ones are 4. I don't know that. I'd have to like deep dive in a replay or something. But that's something for later, I guess. So it creates a burning skeleton archer. It heals, nice, and you gain the max health. So you actually you get the bonus health. So it's 175 at level 1. So you just heal 175 health after using it. So this is a crazy laning ability, actually. Like, it just gives you gold and it gives you health. It does cost 60 mana, and you're probably spamming Tar Bomb. So you want mana. Somehow you need to get mana. I wonder if this is a Falcon Blade builder or something. I don't know. Mana boots. I don't know. Something. Just get that mana. If you can spam your stuff, you're probably winning. That's very nice. Skeleton archery duration is 45 seconds. Skeletons hits to kill 2. So I know they nerfed that from 3. Can you increase that? No. Okay. So there's no way to get more hits on skeletons. It's kind of important. Think about Venomancer 25 level. Skeleton damage is 20%. 20% what? So it's 20% of your... Oh, this is very good, actually. The way it increases your health and max health is pretty good, I think. Or, yeah, it's good, it's good. It doesn't go down percentage-wise. It actually keeps your current health. So, basically, you never lose health to it. It's, I think, always a positive thing. And then... Okay, archers are immobile and die within several attacks from a hero. 2, skeletons deal a percentage of Clinkz damage. Okay, the second paragraph, I forgot it. Attack range is equal to Clinkz's attack range. Oh, okay. So Dragon, Lance, and, you know, all the attack range stuff can be interesting. I don't know how much range they usually have. Like, kind of have to feel that, really. Because it's the same as Clinkz. So if Clinkz feels like he doesn't really need range items, then you probably also don't need it for the skeletons. That's interesting. I don't know how much vision they give, actually. Let's check that one out. That's probably the most important one.
Yes.
Okay, I just have vision everywhere somehow. Oh no, never mind.
Better to run than
Your
curse
middle
the
tower
road.
is under attack.
How much vision is that? That seems like quite a bit. Okay, it's not like super high, but
None quicker.
just gonna create one. Okay, can I eat a
Light my way.
ward?
I swear.
You can eat a ward, really? Yo, that's good.
Yes.
That's really good. That's super good. Oh my god. You can eat a ward?
Certainly.
Oh my god, you can eat wards with your death pact.
Yes.
That is so good. Like, if you have like a ward on a high ground or something, right? Like, I don't know, is there a high ground here somewhere? Okay,
Straight as an
let's say you're
arrow.
down here, right? And you have this ward here, and this is a like a pillar, right?
Point.
You want to have vision, but you only have this sentry. Like you can, I don't know how it spawns the. Okay, so it spawns one in front of you, but then I have to walk up to it, right? But I can also just use the death pack cast
Straight as an
range
arrow.
and just put it on the ward and be like, damn, and then I have vision on that pillar with a skeleton archer. So if I have it like a dragonlance, does it give it more vision? I don't think so.
Light my way.
But we'll try. Neutrals. I want the neutral that gives me a lot of attack. Range. This one.
Point the
There we go.
way.
So. Okay, it doesn't impact their vision at all. I didn't think it would, but still we checked.
Am Clinkz.
That's it. Death Pact has a timer, so you actually get 2 charges at level 3 and 4. That's kind of cool. So this is pretty good against like Enchantress type heroes. Oh, so you kind of like destroy Enchantress and lane with this. You just go Death Pact, you just yoink all of her stuff. I don't think it works on illusions, right? We're just gonna check. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but if it does, that's crazy. Okay, it doesn't. Also, if it's level 1, let's try. Because that would be funny.
Clink goes my bone.
Oh, it does help you find the correct one, you see? Because this one is red and this one is pink. I don't know if it does the same in the game.
Yes.
But if it does the same in game, it's gonna be super nice for finding heroes.
None quicker.
Okay.
My arrow.
So Death Pact is like really cool. Holy shit. It works on wards. Does it work on like ally wards? Like if I have a Venomancer as an ally, and he has a ward. I can't get his wards, okay.
Certainly.
And if I have an ally Beastmaster, does that work? Beastmaster.
Going.
Better to run than curse the road.
Okay, not the flying one, but I... Okay, no, I can't target any of them. So if he buys a ward,
I alight to battle.
I can't target that either. But if I place a ward, I can. Huh. So if I placed a ward, I can make a skeleton out of it. That is so weird. Maybe it's one of those, if they give me control, maybe I can do it? Oof. I don't know how I can check that, actually. Damn, okay. Okay, that's crazy. You can only... you can deny your own wards, that's kind of cool. You can put a sentry somewhere to get vision. So, carrying 1 or 2 sentries as Clinkz to give vision in a team fight that way is kind of cool. Although, I think Sentry cast range isn't that big, right? But still, it's better than nothing. If you previously put it, it's even better. Maybe that's why we go Aether Lens. So creep max level, I'll have to find that out. This is about it. Duration's 45. The restore time is 40. Okay, so basically it's 100% uptime with a little wiggle room. So you'll always have Death Pact going, and it's undispellable. So I guess it goes away when you die. But you'll almost always have it up, which just gives you extra bonus health. That's really nice. I don't know about his stats. Let's check it out. 2.5 agi, 2.0 strength, and 2.2 int. So it's kind of middling, kind of meh. I don't know if his health is good, but whatever. Like, 2.0 strength is not super good. 2.5 agi is also not, like, super duper good. But it's okay. So the extra health is quite nice. And you do get a decent amount of armor. Not so much magic resist, I guess. So the quality of this health is not like super amazing, but it's still 400 health. That's it. And then we have his ultimate is Skeleton Walk, which is 18-second cooldown, which is quite funny. It just means you can't use it in the laning stage, which gives you bonus movement speed. 25, 40, 55. Wow. So late game boots, you can kind of get rid of them. That's kind of nice. And it also, leaving Skeleton Walk creates burning skeleton archers. So this is what happens on the ladder, right? You just walk around, somebody runs up to you, and he like throws the tar bomb, which instantly spawns 4 skeletons, or 2 or 3, and then they all attack you, and he presses strafe, and so he himself and 3 or 4 skeletons are just hitting you, which all have 20% of his damage, so he has like at max Skeleton Walk, he has 80% damage buff, basically. On top of what the tar bomb does, you proc more tar bomb. So Clinkz scales really well with levels and with physical damage, like, or more so attack speed, because then you proc the tar bomb. And because the skeletons do get 20% of that attack, but you know, it's only 20% effectiveness. Whereas his attack speed, oh no, he only gets the attack speed from strafe. The skeletons don't get anything from your normal attack speed. So actually, attack is the only thing that helps you scale. And attack speed is already covered by strafe, pretty much. And as long as you get the attack speed strafe on level 20, you will hit very fast. Yourself and your skeletons. So if you get to hit a lot, or get a lot of skeletons to hit, then your tar bomb will do a lot of damage. So you're maxing tar bomb first, I presume. And then you just want to have levels ASAP. So get it. And that's a good argument for being a core. And then we have a shard, which is his old burning barrage, but now it douses enemies in tar bomb slow. So that is nice. It deals a percentage 65. It also uses his attack modifiers. So it's kind of the same thing still, but it douses in tar bomb. Does it make a puddle, is what I want to know. So if I get this, does it make a puddle? Okay, no, it does not make the puddle. So, like, tar bomb makes the puddle, and he does not make the puddle himself. But still, like, if you go early Atos for some reason, then Maelstrom is good. And I can imagine that Atos is kind of good, right? Because if you have Atos, yeah, like this, and you're running around, you see this Queen of Pain, right? Like, you can have an Orchid for this, or you can have an Atos for this. And I think an Atos is just better here. Because BKB will still solve it, but Atos builds into Gleipnir, which is really good later. Whereas Orchid is just kind of, well, I mean, it's not bad, but I think gives you more damage, which I feel like is not your role, usually. But I guess Orchid could also be fine. But let's say you have Atos, then you're just running around, you just Atos tar bomb, and then you just strafe and click. Okay, I was super slow there, but like that's kind of the thing, right? This is the super tanky one, by the way, so don't be surprised that this 7k health Queen of Pain didn't take a lot of damage. So Burning Barrage is just the same. It's I would say it's more for a core. Whoa. Bibia. Bibia. Are you okay? Are you breathing? Oh baby. Oh PP. You okay?
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
My cat just fell out of her bed. Or like he or she plus her bed fell down the, what's it called? I think you could see, yeah, over there, and like that's her bed, and
Dire's
it's standing on
courier has been
a
killed.
makeshift standing desk in front of the
Dire's
window,
courier has been
and she
killed.
just kind of like wait, what? She just like fell forward. I don't know how she did that, but it was quite the happening. So sorry about that. Lastly, we have Burning Army. So I think Burning Barrage is more of a position 1/2, but you can definitely get it for the late game. Like once you have 2-3 items on Clinkz, and you kind of snowball, I would say, like you were allowed to build a lot of damage, then it's good to kind of transition into that Gleipnir, for example. Because if you Gleipnir Burning Barrage, like you just root everybody into slowing them by dousing them in tar bomb, right? You have a bunch of these skeletons hitting them as well. Like you can do a lot of damage and then still get out. So I think this is like, I don't know if it's better than your strafe hits. It's kind of weird when you think about it. Like if you use strafe, you don't get the benefit of strafe, but your skeletons still do. So I don't know. Like I guess if you have like hex, you can just hex strafe and then hit him a bunch of times, and then after that you can use Gleipnir and then Burning Barrage. Like just use it as like a secondary strafe, I think, is what most Clinkzes will do. But it's still good, right? It's just kind of wonky, so I'm guessing you just randomly get it from the Tormentor at some point. Because I don't see a lot of games where you want to buy this. I guess it's good for defending towers. I would be okay with you buying it if you really need to stop like a Naga from pushing your towers all of the time. Then getting a Maelstrom plus Shard is super good for just clearing that wave. I think it's super good in that specific situation. So that's like, what, 4k gold to solve that issue? 3.5. It's not bad. It's 4k, yeah. And then you have Burning Army, which is such a meme. I'm going to show it to you for a little bit. Let's get the Aghanims here. Aghanim's Blessing.
Yes.
Okay, just grab it. Aghanim's you do this, and you like vector target the thing. You like dunk, and then it summons 5 skeletons, which is 1 more than your skeleton walk. And you can do it from skeleton walk. See? Beautiful. And then you eat your own skeleton. Beautiful. It has a ginormous cooldown of 80. So, and it costs 150 mana. And like the spawn interval, so they don't even instantaneously spawn. It's like, it's a nice team fighting thing where like, you know, you see the backline here? I can just like do that and walk away, and then suddenly we see their backline, right?
Light my way.
So it's nice for like positioning and vision, but it's so much gold for an item that only gives you this spell, which you can use like once a minute-ish. Maybe I'll come back to it, but I feel like that is so not good.
Oh, yes.
Holy moly.
Yes.
Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's kind of okay. Like, I don't know about strafe. Like,
Yes.
if I stand over here, do they get strafed? No. If I walk into range now? Okay. Need to be in range for them to...
Better to run than curse the road.
Huh. So let's try...
Straight as an arrow.
This one is attacking pretty slow. Yeah. So, I don't know what the strafe range is. 1200. Blink is 1200. Okay. So, this is the strafe range for your... I guess you just want to be near the target and then strafe if you want skeletons to hit faster. Okay. So this burning army thing is... Like, it's just 4k gold for something that isn't that good. Right? Like, you spawn 5 skeletons that people just walk away from. They don't really do that much damage. They don't even give that much vision. I think it's a primarily a vision tool, and it could be kind of like a ghost push thing, where like later in the game when you can get it from Roche or something, it's nice. Like it's a nice late game thing, I think. But I feel like the burning army thing is... It's not something you rush. It's just not good. Like, if your second item is Ags, you show up to a fight, like, yeah, I got the burning army, you put it down, and you're like, that's not that good, huh? I mean, I might be wrong. Like, with Tar Bomb, burning army? Like, maybe it's sick. I don't know. But the stupid thing as well, when Tar Bomb hits, any burning army skeleton within range will attack the target. So...
None quicker.
Let me put a dummy down here and test it out. So I have a dummy,
Yes.
and I just do this, or this maybe. And I do this. Like, these will attack, but these won't attack it anymore, even though it's doused in tar bomb. So it's super slow. Like, if you want all 5 of these skeletons to attack, you... Hey, babe. You need to wait for all of them to spawn. So... It's not very good for ganking either. Like, I was thinking if the tar bomb bonus damage is super good, then having 5 extra skeletons on top of like 2 or 3 from skeleton walk is pretty good, right? That's good. But it just takes too long. Like, it's fine, I guess. If you're like solo ganking somebody in the jungle, you'll just spawn them on top of him and get like the 2 extra burning army skeleton thing shots, but it's just not good. I think it's a gigabait, and I don't think you ever build the Aghanim Scepter if you're not trolling or swimming in cash money. Like, I guess if somehow you know for sure that you have a giant vision problem, like it's a Tinker game, and you just can't find the bastard ever in the trees, and you have nothing, then burning armying, like the tree line, might be good. Like, actually might be good. But that's the only thing. And they don't even give that much vision. I don't think they give flying vision, so it's kind of meh. I need to go run to the bathroom real quick. After this, we're gonna look at pro games. Okay, I think everything's still working. I just want to make sure. Okay. So, I know that this hero showcase has been, or hero audit has taken quite a while, but I think understanding these small nuances, things like being able to death pact your own wards is pretty nice. Like, it's actually really good as a support because of that. Because it's really easy to win the support battles. Because you instantaneously take the ward from the opponent instead of having to hit it twice. So, you know, they can deny it. So there's one thing I'm thinking about in lane, actually. It is if I attack this creep and I tar bomb it, the attack is too fast, actually. So what if I reset? So I want to check if I attack and then throw a tar bomb. Can I hit the tar bomb before the attack goes off? No. Oh. Maybe. So this is 60.
Yes.
Okay, it's still pretty fast, honestly.
Light my way.
Unless it was 62 instead of 60? Oh, it should be... Oh, he still has the remaining thing. 49-ish, okay. Because that's the big thing. I'm like... Okay, so you need to tar bomb and then hit. Total damage is 90 damage, so... that you can probably get a range creep with it, because the impact damage is significant-ish. Okay, that's a long gmail.com name. So, you might be able to secure range creeps with tar bomb as well. The range is pretty sick. See, like... And it might also, like, mean that you're going on someone, so... It's pretty low cooldown as well. So... Want to get that out there, and then we're gonna look at similar heroes. Shortly talk about that, because we have Clinkz, and Clinkz, his niche is that, well, he can go invisible. That is pretty cool. He has these ward units. That is pretty unique. And he has a slow, so that's nice. Like, slow / damage amp. And he has... Well, he buffs himself, so that's not very interesting. Oh, and his tar bomb works on towers as well. So, what I think is that he's kind of a combination of Weaver and Venomancer. And a little bit of Doom in there. When you're thinking offlaner. So he's like Venomancer, Weaver, Doom. Because he feels a little bit like Venomancer because he has these ward units that can provide vision without him being there. That can kind of like ghost push the wave. I don't know how good that is, but if you level max and you just like yoink one of these skeletons, they do pitiful amount of damage, but maybe if you have a bunch of damage. Like, just eating one of those creeps is like -1 creep for them and like plus 0.01 creep for your wave. So you can be invis and kind of ghost push in that way, because I feel like, yeah, the cast range pretty okay. You can only summon one, but it's still pretty good. Especially if you get like the double gold creep. I don't know, the one with the health aura. Okay, so he's kind of like Weaver and Veno, kind of a little bit of Doom rolled into one. So, because he obviously doesn't have a stun, right? So that means, like if he plays like Veno, that means he might get boosted travel. That means he might, just get aura items if he needs to defend a tower, because that's what Veno is really good at, defending towers. And I think Clinkz can do the same thing. But he's not as good as Veno with his ultimate, right? Like, Veno has this ultimate and Q and wards that are really annoying, and then somebody else follows up whilst Clinkz is more of a, I'm very annoying, but I'm more of the follow-up. Like if Venomancer initiates, then Clinkz can come out of hiding and kill the target. So they're not very similar in that sense. Weaver, I think their laning is going to be pretty similar. And Weaver does have a really good ultimate for utility. But, and his bugs are kind of similar for the vision and minus armor. So, I don't know. And then Doom, yeah, he should be a pretty stable laner because of the creeps that he devours. I think that's interesting. And you also are incentivized to have a sentry or two with Clinkz, because if you think you know where a ward is, you can just instant pop it. That's kind of nice. I guess you could also just hit it twice, you're a ranged hero. So, let's think about the unique selling points of Clinkz. Like, why would you... Jeez, can we please stop with the...
Straight as
Yes. Okay. Give me 1 second, my roommates are loud. As fuck. Okay, sorry about that. So, Clinkz's unique selling points are that he is, I think, slightly more stable than other offlaners. He provides a lot of damage and tower push and Roshan. So that's good, right? Like, he is very good at adding damage. He can play the vision game as well with his, like, if you're farming a camp, you can just eat the last creep with your skeleton, and then the skeleton will stay there, and you can farm backwards, and if somebody walks near the skeleton, you'll know. I don't know how much gold they'll give, but... So that's really good. So he gives vision, he gives tower push, he gives objectives, and he gives vision, so kind of what Lycan does, right? Like, Lycan also does that. He has stable laning, he's ungodly good at killing supports. I think Clinkz is also good at that. He helps with the vision because the wolves can give a lot of vision. He helps with the pushing as well. So maybe he's most akin to a Lycan, but he doesn't go summons. Although, I think they have one item in common, and that's probably Nullifier or Hex, but we'll talk about that. So that's actually interesting, where he's kind of a Lycan in that sense. So I feel like that's, like, he's good at that, right? He's good at a little bit of crowd control, like a little bit. I don't think a lot of heroes are afraid to walk up to 4 skeletons. I don't think any, like, even supports are kind of like, whatever, the skeleton's not gonna kill me. It does 20% of the Clinkz damage, and it shoots really slow. Like, I don't think any support's gonna care about that. Like, if they're low HP, they're gonna care about that, right? Or if it's a support that doesn't like to show because you have, like, a backline jumping middle or something. Or Clinkz. So in that sense, he's good at the vision game. He's good at taking objectives. He prefers killing the backline, but he can kite. So long fights are fine, but he can also do really short fights because he bursts like a mofo with strafe. So I think that's good. And also because Tar Bomb exists, I feel like he isn't super reliant on damage items to do damage. So that's, I think, his unique selling points. I might miss 1 or 2, but I think that's what he does. Objectives, vision, and like ganking, kind of. And he scales really well into the late game, and you can kind of flex him, so he's pretty cool. So let's look at items. I think that's the big thing, right? Like, this is where we're gonna learn a bunch about Clinkz. So, Blink Dagger, I don't know. I'm just gonna go through them like Earth Shadows, maybe. He wants the mana regen, so, and since he's probably gonna get kills, like Vessel might be a pickup on him, especially on 3. So maybe Vessel. Soul Ring, I can't imagine you go Soul Ring, but it's possible. Orb of Corrosion, not so good on ranged heroes usually, but it's -3 armor, which is good because of all the skeletons doing physical damage. Falcon Blade is really good because it gives damage for yourself and your skeletons, and you don't care about attack speed. You already get that from Strafe. So you want damage, mana, health. So this is good. Power Threads, I guess those are really good with 10 agi. You do get quite a bit of attack. Like, I guess you could go Phase Boots, but you probably don't want Phase Boots because, I don't know. Maybe? Could be okay. Phase Boots could be okay. It's a little wonky, but it could be okay. I feel like Threads would be better. They're also slightly cheaper. Then Oblivion Staff builds into Mage Slayer Echo. I don't think either of these items are good. Like, the Bloodthorn can be good, but we'll get to that when we get to Orchid. Mask of Madness, probably not. Midas, I think. I mean, he's kind of like Doom, but not really like Doom. So I don't think... Probably not. Probably not. I don't think it's good. Rather just get Shard, right? Or something. Helm of Dom is not good because he doesn't do anything with his creeps. He can't even make a skeleton out of his creep to deny the creep. So it's not good. Boots of Travel is probably really good. Moon Shard isn't that good because he already has Strafe. Nope, not Helm Dom because he doesn't really benefit from Vlad's aura. And then Veil of Discord. If Strafe worked on your Helm Dom creep, it would be super good actually. Because 70 base attack damage on the Helm Dom creep, and then with the Strafe attack speed, you actually just destroy. But Strafe does not work. Like, it works on skeletons and Clinkz. That's it. Does not work on your Helm Dom creep. As far as I know. So Veil is not good because he doesn't use a lot of magic. Glimmer is weird. Force Staff, if you need it, it's okay because you can go into Hurricane Pike. Aether Lens would be funny to get the cast range, but he doesn't really need that. Witchblade, I would be surprised if this is good. I don't think it's good because it only gives attack speed and armor. And projectile speed is nice, but I don't think it's actually good. And it builds into Revenant's Brooch, which I just don't think is good on him. Because it mainly gives attack speed. It does make your stuff magic damage, I guess. But a very situational pickup. I don't think you ever get that. Maybe it's super good with Burning Barrage, but I wouldn't know. Yules. I mean, the movement speed is nice, the mana is nice. The utility can be nice, I guess. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in some games you make it to, like, stop a Legion Commander from playing the game. It's not good, but, you know, sometimes you just kind of need it. Rod of Atos, as I discussed, I think this is one of his, like, one of the first buy items that he considers. Because if there is, like, a Queen of Pain in the game that doesn't want to go BKB first, you can suddenly just kill her if you find her on the map. You just Atos, Tar Bomb, pew, 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 pew. Or Tar Bomb Atos, I don't care. So I think that's really good. It's 2 seconds. We'll see. Orchid is 5 seconds. Holy. Okay, maybe it's Orchid. 5 seconds. Holy moly. So this is really good against like Juggernaut type heroes, right? That they can dispel stuff, but they need to be able to use their spells to do it. So Atos is kind of bad against Naga, is kind of bad against Jug. But Orchid is super good until they have Manta. Or BKB. But it's still good. So in some games you're gonna get that Orchid. Dagon, only if you are a true memer. Then we have Solar Crest. I think you're building this item every game. It's super cheap. It lowers the opponent's armor by 7 and their movement speed by 18%. So it slows. So you slow them on top of the tar bomb slow. You lower their armor by 7. And you just hit them with your... So armor, you do physical damage. Your tar bomb does extra physical damage. Your skeletons do physical damage. That's a lot of damage for 2,400 gold. And then if you have any carry on your team that kind of wants to go in first anyways, you just give him Solar Crest. It doesn't cost mana anyways. Solar Crest, Solar Crest, Solar Crest, Solar Crest. It's super good. It's 2,400 gold. It's super good. This might be your first item every game, since it's just so good. Solar Crest is so good. I can't state it enough. It's so good. It gives you mana, gives you a little bit of, it gives you a lot of armor actually, gives you a small stat, and it gives you movement speed, and then also a super good active. Like, and you use it on Roche, which is why I mentioned before that he does Roche. This is why you do Roche. Solar Crest is literally your goated item. And you also just can kill people. Like, if you could do this on towers, it would be insanely broken. Only reason why we'll talk about Deso in a second. Aghanims, I don't think Burning Army is worth it, but, you know, maybe a 3rd item, 4th item pickup versus, like, Tinker stuff that you just can't find, you just need vision. Refresher Orb. No. Your skeletons disappear when you use your abilities again, so it's not good. You can't spam your skeletons. I would really love to spam skeletons, but you can't. Octarine, I'm really in doubt about this. Like, 25% cooldown is nice. Mono regen is nice. It makes you a bit more tanky. That's nice. And then, why is the passive cooldown reduction 6-second cooldown? This is so weird. Maybe it only starts doing that after 6... I don't know. But Octarine Core, it seems good. Like, can you go Arcane Boots Vanguard on Clinkz into Octarine Core? Like, spamming your spells more is nice, but the skeletons don't stay, so I don't value it as much. I think it's good-ish if Burning Army was good. I think it's good to just have more skeletal walk, like to have his ultimate even more. Like, then you don't have to take his level 10 talent, which I don't know what the other choice is. Tar Bomb bonus damage. Oh, I think you always have to take that. That's so much damage. It's actually so much damage. Like, that's just 20 damage for every skeleton hit. Holy hell. That's such a good 10 talent. So you can't do this. Like, the only reason why you ever get Midas is because levels are just paramount. Hex, I think Hex is amazing! 2.8 seconds of completely silenced, muted, disarmed. Like, you can kill somebody in 2.8 seconds. So, yeah, Sight of Eyes means you kill everybody on the map. And it gives you 8.5 mana. Like, I kind of consider rushing this item after, like, Solar Crest. Just like Solar Crest Hex. And, like, if you find somebody, Hex, Solar Crest, destroy them. Like, yeah, Hex, Tar Bomb, Solar Crest, and they die. They just die. Yeah, you strafe, but they die. Babe. So it would be Hex, Tar Bomb, Strafe, and then Solar Crest. Because you probably get the Solar Crest off before the first couple hits, but otherwise you'll get all the other hits. So it's fine. So Hex is super good. I think it's really good. And it's super utility, obviously. So, like, it just helps you be the guy that just says, if you +1 me, we kill somebody. That's just what will happen every game. Cute cat. Gleipnir, very good. Gives 30 damage. That's just nice. Decent stats. The active is crazy. The passive is good on your shard. It's decent-ish for your right clicks, because then you have kind of mixed damage, actually. With Strafe, you're definitely getting 1 or 2 procs. So it's kind of like a Lina moment, where suddenly you have mixed damage instead of only physical damage. So I would get Gleipnir in games where you really need non-targeting lockdown, like there's going to be a lot of Lincoln spheres. Then Gleipnir is kind of nice. Although you already have Solar Crest, so you can just Solar into Scythe of Eyes. So, and it's just really good with your shard ability. It's just a nice utility item on Clinkz. It's kind of expensive, so I don't know when you get it. Right? Because, like, you used to go Gleipnir first item on Clinkz, and it's still good for the same reasons. And they nerfed it a lot because it was so good. But I guess if it's an Atos game, you can go Gleipnir, like, relatively easy. And if it's a I need to defend my towers game and nobody else is going to do it ever, then it's going to be a Gleipnir game regardless. Because you're probably going to invest in Maelstrom Shard. So, I just like this item. I don't know if you're ever going to buy it like first or second item, but it's a really good third item. So you're always considering this every step of the way, probably. Wind Waker. Let's go to some cheaper items before we go to like the super expensive ones. So these are the magical items, okay? Support items. Buckler, Ring of Basilius, maybe early. So the Urn, we talked about that. Tranquil Medallion, I mean, obviously. It's 1k, you don't even have to finish the Solar Crest. Like 1k and you already do the thing. You might just go Medallion and then go into your second item. If you don't want to get the full crest or somebody else is getting the crest, or you just really need this Yules or this Orchid or this Scythe of Eyes, I think the value is still immense. Like at -6 armor instead of -7 for 1k. And it still gives you all that mana. So I think you're just always going Medallion, and then you kind of decide if you want the Solar Crest. Unless, of course, you want to go Phylactery, but we'll talk about that soon. Pavis is 1.4k item that is a lot like Medallion, but it gives a barrier instead of the armor. And it doesn't reduce anything from the opponents, and it costs mana to cast. So I feel like Medallion is just better than Pavis. Although Pavis gives more mana and health, I guess. This one makes you more tanky. So I can see that. Pavis is nice, but we're definitely getting Medallion. If anything. Arcane Boots. So maybe this can be good if you want to get Octarines. And then you have a lot of mana. Or it's really good if you want to go Greaves. Which, again, if you are the guy standing near the tower or in front of the tower even, like, kind of, you're gonna get jumped, basically. Like, you walk up to the tower, you kill the creeps there, you're gonna get jumped by somebody. So, having Greaves to just stand your ground and be like, no, I am not dying right away to you, and then you get TPs or your allies back you up or something. Like, this is a good item from the offlane that helps you guys fight. It's kind of a weird item for Clinkz to build, probably, but I think the mana boots and even the mechanism do kind of help with that build-up. So I think he can build Greaves. He probably wants to play more for himself with threads, but Greaves can be very nice. I think if he builds an aura item, it's probably Greaves. So we talked about Spirit Vessel. I think Spirit Vessel is very good. If nobody else on the team can or wants to buy it, you can buy it on Clinkz because you can get those soul release charges. Because you could probably semi-reliably get the kills. So I would go Medallion into... maybe like earn Medallion into Vessel. Little weird, but it works. Yeah, maybe just... I don't know. I think Medallion actually has decent build-up as well. Probably earn Medallion, but you get the... what's the thing called? Blightstone first. Just Blightstone, and then earn, and then finish the Medallion, and then finish the Spirit Vessel. And then you go hunt people with Spirit Vessel Medallion, or even with Urn of Shadows Medallion. Pipe of Insight. Like, sometimes, if you're just having a shit game, you're hard countered, or your team really, 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 really needs it, you can buy the pipe. It's 3.4k. It's not, like, the end of the world. It'll make you pretty tanky in some games, especially if you're going Greaves anyways. Like, Pipe Greaves is good combo still. And since you're an offlaner, you just have to suck it up, and sometimes you buy these items. I think if you guys are fighting and you just don't really have a frontliner, you just have to buy these items and just kind of suck it up. Especially if you already have like overwhelming damage type heroes. Then being that frontliner is nice. Like if you have a Zeus and a sniper, it's like you're getting these items, okay? Yeah, that's just life right then. So Vanguard, probably not ever. I don't see it. Blade Mill, I don't see it. Aeon Disc is probably good. It's probably really good on him. If you're getting like blown up or caught out, getting this Aeon Disc is probably really nice because you can just run out with your ultimate skeleton walk. Just get out there. It's pretty good. Eternal Shroud, probably never. Crimson Guard, I don't think so, but if it's like an amazing Crimson Guard game and nobody else wants to buy it, maybe, I don't think so. Lotus Orb, I can see it. If you were planning to go like Greaves or something, or it's just a super good Lotus game, you might get it over Yule's. I think you'll often go BKB over Lotus as Clinkz. But it can be good versus like... I don't know. In some games it's probably good. But it doesn't really help Clinkz in any other way. Decent mono regen, obviously. So BKB is probably fine. Like, if you can stand your ground and hit people, that's gonna be really useful. And you're gonna be wanting... you want to do that slightly more often as Clinkz Offlane, I think. Especially when you're diving the backline. So when you feel like you need BKB because otherwise they stop you from killing the backline, you get the BKB. Hurricane Pike is good-ish. I think it's good for like Slark type heroes where like basically 4 staff is really good. It's like one of those at least 3-4 staffs on heroes type of game. Then it's good on Clinkz, obviously. And you just build into the Hurricane Pike and it feels good. 150 attack range feels good, man. I don't know yet. We'll find out more about if range is good on Clinkz later. Manta, I presume it's not super good on him, but percentage-based movement speed is nice. Dispel's nice. I don't think you ever want to build it because Strafe doesn't affect his illusions. Just seems kind of garbo, but maybe. If you're gonna go Yasha item, it might be the other one. Sanja Yasha. Lincoln, probably really good because he wants to be slippery. Shivas, I don't think you'll build this over Eye of Skadi, but maybe. I think you're more of a Skadi buyer. But if you already have a Skadi on the team, then Shivas can be okay, I guess. But you'd rather get the Vessel. Heart of Tarask, I can't imagine you ever getting that. It's just not your strength, pun intended. Assault Cuirass, I think this is actually fine. It's an aura item that also helps you get buildings. So if you don't want to get a Deso, because it's kind of griefing your team to get a Deso, AC can be good. Like, it's kind of like when a Crimson is good, you can get an AC as Clinkz, I think. You'd rather get the AC. And then you have the AC, and it gives your whole team 5 armor, gives the enemy opponents and structures, and I think Roche as well, -5. So it just helps you do objectives even more. It's not like the best fit on him, but, pun intended again, he's too skinny, you get it? But I think it's still pretty good. Like, I think AC is like one of those situational-ish items. Bloodstone, no way in hell. I would know. I'm an expert. Chrysalis, really good with Shard, so it's more of a late game thing. I think you're kind of griefing if you get it early. Although, like, if you're snowballing, you can probably kill him with it, but you'd rather just get an item that lets you attack longer or something. Meteor Hammer helps you get towers, which you're already really good at, so I don't think it's very good, but if they all abandon, or like for some reason it's impossible for you to actually hit a tower, so you want to like use your cloak and the meteor, I don't know, I don't think it's good. Armlet of Mordegon, probably not good. Skullbasher, Shadowblade, no. Deso, probably best item on him if you're a carry. You reduce the target's armor by 6, which is really good, and then you get more damage, and he basically gives everything that Clinkz wants. This is like the Clinkz item, Deso. It's either Solar Crest, Deso, or both. I think if you're Giga Snowballing, getting a Deso is not griefing per se, because you'll just one-shot everything. You'll get Roche for free. You'll get tier 2 towers in 3 seconds. It's really strong. So I feel like Deso is just really good. Especially if you get the stacks, then like, how much extra damage is it? That's like 70 damage. So that's like 14 damage to every skeleton. You'll pop like 4 skeletons, 3 skeletons. You give -6 armor, like, and you already have all the attack speed in the world. Like, Deso is so good on Clinkz. If you can just stand there and hit somebody for 2 seconds, they die if you have a Deso. So Deso is just really good. It's pretty cheap as well. But you need to have space to buy it, if that makes sense. Like, you're not a position 1. So you can't be that greedy sometimes. So you really love buying Deso, but I don't think you can do it every game. I used to do it on Dawnbreaker though, so maybe. Battle Fury, yeah, probably not. Ethereal Blade that like self-griefs. Nullifier. Nullifier is super good. I think Nullifier is kind of like the item you want to build instead of the Deso usually, if you already have the Solar Crest. Because Nullifier gives you insane damage, gives you a little bit of tankiness, and an insane active. This active basically makes sure that the the opponent's allies can't save whomever you are destroying. Like, the build-up is kind of rough with Relic, Iron Will, but if you get this off, like, anybody just kind of dies. And I think that's just what you're gonna think about. Like, do I need a Hex? Do I need a Nullifier? Do I need an Orchid? Which item or items do I need to just kill people? Monkey King Bar, I don't think it's super good, and if you need True Strike, maybe you want to have... Oh, Orchid, it doesn't do that anymore. Is it only... Oh, it's only Bloodthorn. Okay, maybe you still want Monkey King Bar. But it's only on Clinkz himself. I would just ignore Monkey King Bar and just go Shard. Shard also just hits if somebody has evasion, I think. So I would probably ignore Monkey King Bar as an offlaner. Maybe as a safe laner, it's fine. Butterfly, it's okay. Like, it's not bad. It gives you a lot of damage. It gives you evasion. A little bit of attack speed. So it's just a good item. Makes you slightly tankier. I don't know. I wouldn't buy it on a offlane Clinkz though. But it's still kind of good. Radiance, I love this item. It's probably nice memes, but I don't think it's that good. Like, in games where Radiance is good, you can probably find a different person to carry Radiance. So I don't think it's good. Daedalus, I think it's amazing, godlike, late game item. If you get it like 4th item with Shard, suddenly you can one-shot a team. You can literally just team wipe. So that kind of gives you that late game scaling with Clinkz, which is insane. Jesus, my voice is going. Silver Edge is fine. If you need a break, you can get a break. It's 52 damage, it's pretty good. You get a second Shadow Walk, which is kind of funny. I don't think you get...
Yes. Indeed.
Yeah, you don't get your skeletons, but... Okay, you can... Oh, okay. You can do it like that. That's kind of funny. So you're like...
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You can use the Silver Edge like an active kind of... Oh, shit. Well, no more testing, I guess. So that's not... You don't want to be the Silver Edge buyer, but if you have to be, it's fine. Divine is obviously really nice. Divine with skeletons might be just insane, honestly. Bloodthorn is good. Really expensive, though, for what it does. Only consider it if you've already committed onto the Orchid, I feel like. Or it's like... If it's like a Leshrac or something, you already have a Mage Slayer, but meh. I don't think Abyssal Blade is that good. Maybe the stun from like Hex is better, I think. Remnant's Brooch, super situational, I don't know. Disperser. So this just gives you 45 damage on top of your Diffusal. We haven't seen that yet. So if this is a game where you have a Diffusal, because they have a Medusa, I guess, then Disperser is nice. Gives you a lot of movement speed, actually. You can actually get out of there. That's quite nice. I think Disperser is kind of good. I mean, you still have to buy the item for 6k, but it's a good item. But it's definitely like a 4th item pickup versus Medusa. Probably only Medusa. Or some other mana draining lineup. So Dragonlance is good, but I don't think you will go casual Dragonlance ever. I just don't see it. Maybe you do, it's 1900, good stats. And it gives your skeletons extra range. So if that ends up being really good, then Dragonlance is obviously really good. Because it's cheap, good stats, and attack range. Sange, well, kind of whatever. I don't think any Sange item is super good. Unless you really need a Heaven's Halberd in your team. Yasha items, we talked about that. Kaya is not good for you. Doesn't do anything for you. Doesn't really do anything for you. Echo, you're not building that. Maelstrom is good. Maelstrom is just good on ranged carry type heroes. It's probably Omega griefing if you build Maelstrom first on your offlane Clinkz. But it's definitely good, like 2nd or 3rd item with your Shard. Like 2nd item with Shard to defend towers versus like Naga or a 3rd item. It's probably fine. It gives 24 damage. Like it's good. On your hero it's good, but you're definitely playing for yourself a bit with Maelstrom. So don't autopilot it. Diffusal, it's okay. 15 agi, so 15 damage. It's pretty nice. And Diffusal gives physical damage. So actually 40 damage per hit. So it does give quite a bit of damage. And if you lower somebody's armor, Diffusal is actually kind of nice. I'm surprised to say it, but Diffusal is kind of nice. Holy moly. Mage Slayer, probably not worth thinking about. Like, I guess it's kind of good if they have a lot of magic damage and somebody else already built a pipe or something. But I don't think you're ever building it before the Orchid. Phylactery, nice meme item. Very nice meme item. I don't know how good it is, though. It gives you that extra slow on top of Tar Bomb, so it basically stops them in place. It gives you 150 extra bonus damage. I don't know if it's physical or magical. I would like to know that, so we're gonna demo that, I'm sorry. I have the hiccups. Very nice. Okay, Phylactery. Woohoo! Dummy target. So I'm just gonna 150 bonus damage. So we're just gonna do this. Boom. It's 75. And then this is 100. This is 150. It should do 75% of that damage. So that's 250. 125. It's like one. It should do like 190. If it's magical. Yeah, okay. So it's magical. Phylactery does magic damage. Great. We learned a thing. Woohoo! So that's kind of nice. That kind of gives him that mixed damage. Where he isn't purely physical if you get Phylactery. It's decently cheap, but, you know. Solar Crest also reduces movement speed. Solar Crest also gives all attributes. Solar Crest gives actual mana regen. I feel like you're just always getting Solar Crest. And this Phylactery is a play for yourself item, while Solar Crest you can put on your team. So unless you're getting both, I feel like it's a nice meme, but is it really good enough? It does give you quite a bit of extra damage. I don't know, boys. I don't know. I think I'm just a sucker for Solar Crest. I feel like you can never not get it. Like, you always get it. So we'll have to see what the pros do and what the builds are and what the win rates are if you get Phylactery. Kaya Sanj, Sanj Kaya, all that. Satanic. Satanic maybe. I don't know. It's probably fine together with your shard. You can actually kind of survive stuff. Scotty's, I mean, it's good. You can hit stuff. Mjolnir. I think the attack speed is not as good on him, so I think Gleipnir is definitely better. Also gives more damage. Wow. And if you go Blink, I don't know. All these items are kind of whatever. And then neutrals. I don't know yet. I think we'll talk about that later. Damn. Been talking for a fucking hour about this hero. Let's speed it up a little. Ooh, I got a follow on TikTok. Let's go. And a subscriber on YouTube. Let's go. Good shit, boys. Good shit. So, I want to go into Dota 2 Pro Tracker. So, I looked at Clinkz. As you can see, he is mid, support, and support. They haven't played him offlane. So, yeah. Oh, Clinkz. I can't. So I don't think this Mira, Ari, yeah, they all play it as a 4. They all go Solar Crest into Orchid, into Nullifier, into Hex. So these are all good items. I'm glad that we identified that. So Tarbomb into 1 Death Pact. He goes multiple Death Pacts, actually. What the... Strafe. Oh, Strafe has the wrong thing. Icon. So he goes 1 value point of Death Pact and 1 value Strafe. Maxing Tarbomb, that's what we expected. Wow, he actually only goes 2 levels in Tarbomb this game. And then more Strafe, more Strafe. So Strafe gives you the damage. Okay. I'm actually quite surprised that you don't just max out the Tarbomb. I guess Tarbomb gets more value later when you have more skeletons, because early on you can't really... How do you say that? You can't really guarantee the extra bonus damage as well if you don't have Strafe, because who's hitting the hero? Like, you and your skeletons are the only ones getting the bonus damage. So that's interesting, actually. That's a Mira exclusive. Huh. Okay. So that's nice. So let's look at Dota buff. Also has Clinkz. So I already looked through this and I found 1 offlane core and 1 offlane roaming, which I think they're both 4s that just owned their lane and their offlaner sucked. So we have this 3 Clinkz with a 4 Dragon Knight. I mean, it kind of looks like it. So he went Solar Crest, Power Threads, Deso, Monkey King. So I don't think the Monkey King's super good, but there was a Butterfly. So maybe that makes sense. He does have a Manta, so. Let's look at the Clinkz build. Tarbomb, Death Pact, I like that. I think that's always going to be the thing. And then another Tarbomb, so 2 Tarbomb. This seems pretty universal. And what you do after is kind of person dependent. Damn, we just skipped Strafe altogether. That's crazy. I feel like you get a value point in both, right? Like, how much attack speed does it give? It gives 100 attack speed. It's like almost a Moonshard. For 3.5 seconds, I guess. It feels good, though. And then always Skeleton Walk at 6 because you get your 2 skeletons, making Tarbomb better. Which is a nice power spike, right? If you get Tarbomb at 5 and 7, like, you can just Skeleton Walk to mid and fuck his day. Like, you just destroy the guy's day, the mid laner. If it's not like an Ember who can escape, or like a Storm, but it's more of a movement speed dependent hero, where they can't just get out for free when you slow them, then it's pretty nice. Like, say it's a Batter Rider mid or a DK mid or something. You just come mid with your Solar Crest and your Tarbomb level 4. You just walk up, like, you run up behind him or on the high ground. You just Tarbomb him, and then you Solar Crest him, and you just strafe, and then you probably own him. So that's pretty nice. But I don't. So getting that 1 value point of strafe instead of more Death Pact, I don't know. Like, I feel like you get the same amount of Death Pacts, so the 1 value point is always there for the extra gold. But more than 1 Death Pact, I don't know. Like, you can get higher creep level kills. Oh, it's against Enchantress. Never mind. He just had to match the enchant. So that's really good. Okay. So you get extra Death Pact against Enchantress type heroes. I don't think it works on Visage birds. If it does, it's broken. Okay. And then the other one, this was the roaming one, I think. I've never seen this before, like core roaming. He also went Solar Crest Orchid, Nullifier, Desolate into Hex. So all these items we discussed are good. So I'm happy to see that. No phylacteries. So again, Tar Bomb, Death Pact Tar Bomb, one strafe, because there's no summons, another Tar Bomb, Skeleton Wall, Tar Bomb, and then you max your Death Pact. He got a level 10 talent. Tar Bomb, yeah, that's actually good. And then you get the strafes. He gets attack range. I don't know if that's good. I have no clue if that's good. It's good enough to get it on 15, right? Let's see what he did. He got the attack range, even though he's against an Enchantress. He doesn't want the Death Pact charge. That's crazy. I guess it's better against like Chen. Very specific to get Death Pact charge. So he also gets it on 15, so he doesn't think the hero's completely dog shit. Let me look at this. Can I look at this game? Copy the ID? Can I look at the matches? I want to see what hero builds they did. Kill breakdown. Like, did they get their... So see... 20 searing arrow damage. Oh, is this an old patch thing? Oh. Oh, no, it's just broken. Okay, but he got it on level 14, so he kind of got it late. Ari, show me the... Okay, he did get it at level 10, so... That's kind of what I suspected. I think the level 10 talent is just good enough to get it at level 10, which isn't always the case. Okay, so that is basically what the pros do. Maybe we want to look at one more thing, and that is an safe laner. Or, oh my god, he went for the meme ags. He went for a phylactery. This guy's memeing hard. Want to stomp. Yeah, he's just memeing. Let's go back and see if we can get a mid lane core. So Falcon Blade's pretty good. Medallion Deso will like that. Just Medallion for the value. Into Nullifier. Into BQB. Into Daedalus. Like, these are all items that make sense to me. So this is a nice safe lane. Falcon Blade Deso. I like that. That's a more of a safe lane build, honestly. Divine. Offlane support, whatever. I want to see... Kind of just see what the corps are building. So they are going Desos, Falcon Blade Desos, into Scythe of Vice. Let's go. I think that is just so good. Just a Scythe rush. Like, if you're going Deso, go Scythe, I guess. Or, yeah, probably. You already have so much damage if you get an early Deso. I think you'll almost always get the Solar Crest, though, but it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, and then he goes for the Daedalus, and then he went back for the Maelstrom. Because he wants to get... It was against PL. Very nice. Mid laner, he went for an Orchid, into Deso, into Null, into Hex. Holy moly. Okay, so this is going to be... Oh, look at this. Solar Crest, 9-minute Solar Crest. Into Phylactery, into Orchid. So you can really go for the super slow if you need the utility. Because that does give you 2 slows, basically. Or just makes your 1 slow better, I suppose. And Tar Bomb range is pretty good, and I think the range is the same on all levels. Yeah, the range is the same on all levels. So he gets it on level 11. That's actually kind of interesting. Where he thinks the Tar Bomb bonus damage is only good if you have Strafe. Another Solar Crest, Enjoyer. This guy gets Tar Bomb bonus attack late as well. So we'll have to be careful of that. What's this? Where, like, the Tar Bomb damage is good, but it's only good when you're already hitting people that you Tar Bomb a lot with a lot of stuff. Like, the longer the game goes, the better it gets. So there's probably like a sweet spot because late game it's not enough damage. Early you don't really have the skeletons to do anything. So maybe you get it after your second skeleton walk, maybe, you know, something like that. Maybe that the math works out. So we'll have to think about that for a bit. Damn, there is some flexibility in the builds, but it feels like this build is just the standard one. Tar Bomb, Death Pack, Tar Bomb, Strafe, Tar Bomb, Skeleton Walk, and then probably another Tar Bomb into another bunch of Strafes. But as an offlaner, you might opt for a Death Pack to get the health. Unlikely, but possible. So that's everything that I can glean from the pro games. Let's go back. Okay, we're logging in. Did my internet die, or is it just the game coordinator died? Okay, the game coordinator died. That is fine. I can live with that. We are not playing anyways right now. So which heroes does Clinkz want to play with? So I am going to see two supports. Which supports do I want to play with? So I think the most important thing is the 4. The 4 needs to enable me in lane, which means I need something that helps me hit the opponents without dying. Because I just want to tar bomb the guy, hit him 2 times and walk away, or just tar bomb him, hit him, hit him, hit him. So I need a 4 that can stun or slow for a decently long time whilst also tanking for me. And ideally can also kind of like get me out. Okay, 1 second. My roommates are so loud. Holy moly. So I am thinking about hoe hoor ik je hier? Let's try it again. I am thinking about 4s. Dragonite could be okay, but it's not a common 4. Tiny would be fine. Earthshaker, I think, is less fine. Like, if he blocks them into you, that's nice. Nyx Assassin, not great. I think Omni is really good. Earth Spirit is probably really good. You have somebody to play with as well there. So that's really nice. Dawnbreaker, I think, is good also later in the game. Because she can ult on top of you when you're ganking somebody. Kunkka 4 would be okay. Mars 4 would be okay. Ogre 4 I would appreciate. I think that's good. So Pudge 4, for example, I don't know if that's good. I guess it's decent, because if he gets a hook, you get the kill. So I'll try it with Pudge 4. That shouldn't be big of a problem. I think Spirit Breaker 4 is decent with... Like, if he gets, like, a bash, it's good already. And he's pretty tanky. He's hard to ignore. Treant is good. He can make you tanky. He can slow them. Like, he can make the game awkward for them. Tusk, pretty good. His shards are good. His... I don't know if his thing works for you? His frozen sigil thing? Wait, what? That's so old. What the hell? Is that a shard? What? What's the frozen sigil? What the hell? That's old, right? What? That hasn't been in the game for like 16 ages. Okay, snowball. I wanted to say tag team. Applies a negative debuff aura around you, causing enemies that are attacked under it to take bonus physical damage. So he's super good with Clinkz, actually. So Tusk, he likes Tusk. Undying, meh. Not really good. Bounty doesn't do any of the things that he wants, and they're both invis. As you can see, I'm mostly considering melees. Slark 4, probably not. Lich is probably fine because he's a lane winner. I would be fine with playing it with Lich. With Pucknod, probably not. Shadow Shaman, probably okay. The Universal Heroes, Abaddon. I would try it. I think his passive is sick, so I think I would try it with Abaddon 4. Or 5, for that matter. Bad Rider 4. Don't think so. Maybe it's fine. If he's good, then it's probably fine. Clockwork. Clockwork's probably sick. No, don't think Darkwill is super good. Io. No, I wouldn't do it with Io. Magnus. No. Marcy. Marcy 4 would be okay. Morana. Nyx Assassin. I don't think it's great. It's okay. Pango, meh. Phoenix, nah. Snap. I think it's good. I think Snap is good. 4 Snap is good here. Because she's decently tanky. And the cookie can really get you out of some sketchy situations. Techies. I don't know. I don't think it's super good. So, like Venom maybe. So I think Primal 4 nah. I think the biggest thing for me is Tusk.
The enemy's middle
Like
tower
one of
has fallen.
those beefy 4s that isn't Earthshaker. I think I'm gonna try it with Pudge because you're just always gonna have a Pudge. Elder Titan probably not good, but fine. I try it. I think I like Earth Spirit, Tusk, probably Tiny or Spirit Breaker. I like those 4s a lot. With my 5s, I don't particularly care that much. I would like them to help isolate targets in fights. Like I would like them to not be like Shadow Demon that disrupts somebody, or like not an OD type hero that stop your arrows. I don't know. No particular 5 comes to mind where I'm like, oh, I have this 5, it's amazing. Yeah, Shadow Shaman, it's not really a 5, really. Rubik, it should be okay. Clockwork would be fine, actually, as a 5. I would like that a lot, having that as a 5. That's about it. That's about it. I don't know any other 5s. 4 Alchemist. I guess it would be okay. Would be okay. Lowers a lot of armor. 5 Legion. Lul. I don't know. 4 Doom, it's a thing. I don't think you have a lot of fun with Clinkz Doom lane. If Clinkz is suddenly the core. Don't think that's super good. So yeah. I think those are the heroes that are more... I don't really care about the 5. I mostly just want to see those types of 4s to play with. So basically, if I have a hero that I can play with during the game, I'm already happy. Is there anything I want to play against? So enemy supports, basically anything that's squishy that can't save itself. So AA would be fine. Crystal Maiden would be fine. Disruptor is slightly less fine, but probably still good. Enchantress, I don't know. I think you're good because you just eat all her shit. I think you're a hard counter because she just... what's the skill called? You just deathpacked all of her... Hello? You just deathpacked all of her summons. Or all of her creeps. So, I think you hate Lich, because Lich is very good at keeping people alive. Same for Treant Protector. They just give their carries or heroes a lot of armor. Pugna makes you buy a nullifier like second item, so you don't enjoy it super much, but it's still fine. I don't know if nullifier works against Shadow Demon, but otherwise you don't like it that much because of the Dispersion Orb. Witch Doctor, you don't enjoy it that much because of Voodoo Switcheroo, but it's still fine-ish. You can itemize against it because Voodoo Switcheroo, you can only get it at level 15 at the earliest, and he's probably a 5 or a 4, so he doesn't really have it. Nyx Assassin's obviously going to be annoying because he can hunt you, kind of, and I don't know if a skeleton hits you that hits him that you get stunned, but it might. Oh, I haven't tried if I can hit Phoenix Egg and Undying stuff. This is actually really important. So I need an enemy. I need a tombstone. I need to be invisible. Ability can't target it. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, that's a lot of snow. So can they shoot it? They can, but they just kind of won't. Oh my god, that's bad. Holy shit. I have summons that I can't order to attack anything. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, so I have to like summon the skeletons on top of the tombstone. I'm guessing it's gonna be the same for Phoenix and for like wards and shit. Phoenix. Wait, where is it? Oh, Phoenix. I always write it the wrong way. Level max.
I'm under attack.
Okay, so they do attack the egg, but they don't damage it. That's great. Okay, so he sucks. Versus Phoenix, I guess. Except for the fact that you can strafe and hit it yourself. They are helping. Okay, so he's still really good against egg. Because he can strafe. Same with Tombstone, I guess. Let's see if I can get some wards. So, can I can't tar bomb them.
I alight to battle.
Okay, they can hit the wards. That's nice. Oh, I actually can't delete the opponent's wards. I can only delete my own wards with Death Pact. That's so weird. You can Death Pact your own wards, but not the enemy wards. This shit is kind of inconsistent. Is there any other ward type stuff? Clockwork cogs? I guess you can't. I guess they will attack it. I mean, we're testing it.
Yes, spring my trap.
Oh my god, they count as a full attack. That is broken. What? Okay. Wow. 2 attacks on the cogs and you just kill it? That's crazy. Okay, is there anything else that I need to check? Tusk Sigil doesn't exist. Anything else that you need to hit that is in the game? Okay, I need to sit down. I'm dying. The Coddle Will-O-Wisp. I think that's the last thing that I can think of that we need to hit. That is like a stupid thing. So, Coddle. coddle.
Indeed.
Enemy. Level max. Get the ags. And then...
Goes my bow. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it does hit it, but it doesn't care. You're still good against it because you can strafe, and with a Dragon Lance or the range... I think the range talent is already enough. Let's try it out.
What?
Yeah, it's already enough. Look at that. You just kill it. You just don't care. So Clinkz is really good against these wart type things. I'm pretty sure these skeleton archers also attack the Venomancer wards. But holy moly, they don't do anything to some summon things. They do. They don't hit Phoenix Egg, which I think is okay because he is. It's an ultimate. They do hit Tombstone, the Dirge. They two-shot Power Cogs. Is there a talent for that? Okay, there's 2 cog hits to kill. So you have to get that against Clinkz. And then you also can't kill the Ignus Fatus. Ignus Fatus. Whatever. Okay. That's so weird. Clinkz, you are such a weird hero. You can't kill the Disruptor Ball, I think. I think that's all the things that people summon that you can kill, right? Or at least I can't think of any others. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can one-hit the healing ward, but can you target it? Probably not. That is annoying. Jug.
Point the way.
So
To battle.
I level max him. And then I get the healing ward. Kinda wanna tar bomb the healing ward if I can. Oh, you can't. Oh wait, what? Did I hit it? Or whatever.
None quicker.
So if I go near enough, they will hit it, but I can't make them target it. It's so annoying. Okay, I think that is finally really... Oh wait, we have the Zeus thing. The Nimbus. I think that is finally it. Zeus.
Yes.
Wait, enemy. Oh, I can't. Reset.
Where goes my
What?
eye,
Remove?
goes my arrow.
Extinction.
Remove.
I am lost. Like
Sorry about that.
gears in the
Level
rain.
max. Level max. Let's give this guy an axe.
Certainly. I'm under attack.
Okay, they do hit the Nimbus.
Light my way.
And you also really destroy Nimbuses with strafe. Okay, so I would say in general, Clinkz are pretty good against these summon thingies. I don't know what they're called. Totems? I guess they're totems. But he can't make skeletons target them, but sometimes they're pretty good against them. But he himself with strafe is very good against them. Okay. Okay. Jesus. So, let us watch. Or, let's take a look at the guides for Clinkz. I want to see if there is an offlane guide. Pause 4. I don't want to pause 4. I want to pause 3. Okay, so we can check the core guide, I guess, because pause 4 is very specific. Stray very good for farming stacks, okay. This is good. Items like Desolator and Diffusal are very strong with Burning Army as well. But they don't... They don't use... They don't, right? They don't use the modifier. Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure they don't. Because if they do, that's crazy. But I'm pretty sure they don't. So, Ags. I like Deso, I don't care.
Point the way.
Let's get a dummy target.
Prepare for battle.
Just put them down. See, there's no Deso. What the hell? This guy on crack. What the hell?
Yes.
41, 42, 41, 42. Alright, it gives me a little bit more damage because of the item. But... Like, what the hell? That is just not how it works. Okay. Back to the guides. Skeletal Walk is good. Works very well with Aghanim Scepter. What the hell? I feel like this is just old. 3D? Wait, what? This is some memes, bro. First item, you benefit a lot from this item. That is true. Yeah, so Deso is just super good. This is very good. Okay, so the itemization is pretty clear. Nobody's really sure what to do with phylactery. The 15 talent's kind of weird because Death Pact charge just seems to be not very good. And Skeleton Wall cooldown is probably just not worth it over the Tar Bomb damage. This is position 4. Boots into Medallion, into Solar Crest, into Power Threads, into your kill item, probably. I mean, when do you get this Falcon Blade? I feel like it's good for cores, or for position 1s, but that's about it. Dragonlance also increases attack range. Yep, but... Why is it so good? Yeah, tell me. Extra slow? That one is nice. But it just slows people more, and it's slightly more damage. But you can also do that with Solar Crest. Yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of like a... It doesn't build into anything either, so... And you can just make Solar Crest. Which kind of does everything you do with Phylactery, but better. Like, it slows them a little bit less. It's only 18% instead of 50. But it's 8 seconds instead of 1.5. So, in distance gained, I don't know. I guess this is more burst. This is definitely more burst. If only slightly, it is more burst. But I think Solar Crest is way better. Yeah, so Gleipnir is super good for your Burning Barrage. But it's kind of like... It feels like a late game item. Oh, you can do this? Turn on Searing Arrows and cast Burning Barrage. Dude. This is just old. Searing Arrow doesn't exist anymore. Please. Activate Skeleton Lock immediately after you go invisible. After to go invisible whilst channeling your Burning Barrage. I will try that. I haven't learned that trick yet. So, let's get this. Oh, it works. That's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, okay, you like have to start it and then you. That is
Straight as
nice.
an arrow.
You can be invisible whilst channeling your burning barrage.
None
That is
quicker.
nice. That is nice. I feel like a noob for not knowing that, but
Your god has arrived.
I mean, he's a nuker. What the hell? He's like a 1-point disabler now because of the slow. Come on.
Light my way.
Okay. So, oh, the guides. That's about it, right? Deso, yeah, I think the Deso is just the best item on him. You just kill towers so hard. But you have to be allowed to build it that game. Like, you probably get Solar Crest first item, and then you get like your I can kill people now item. So only after then you can get a Deso if you think it's good. But you're probably already looking at a BKB or a Hex or a Nullifier. So I feel like as the offlaner, you're barely ever getting Deso unless you are the only physical damage on your team somehow. Like it's a good item. Don't get me wrong, it's a super good item. But I don't know when you're buying it. Like I think you buy it after boots here, like Solar Crest, boots, Deso. But not in a lot of games. Like in some games you will do that, but not in a lot of them. Because if you're the only physical damage, then you're also the only one taking advantage of this minus armor, so that makes it like kind of meh again. So I don't know. There's probably games for it, but from the offlane, I kind of feel like you just like you're the guy that needs to make sure that the guy can't escape. Like the carry can get the Deso, but you get the Orchid, you get the Nullifier, you get the Gleipnir, you get the Hex, you get the like you get the Phylactery, right? You make sure that the guy stays where he is so you can shoot him, and the carry makes sure that he does a lot of damage when he shoots them. So I feel like Deso is super good, but from the offlanes kind of just doesn't quite do what you want it to do. Daedalus only good with Burning Barrage, I think. Like together, like these two items basically mean you can one-shot a team, so that's a good late game. Also, it's pretty good with your what are skeletons? It's good with the skeletons because you get 88 damage, so 20% of that, which is like 16, 17 damages ish. It's quite nice. I don't know. Deso probably gives just more damage, but I don't know. Deso is better with the skeletons, but Daedalus is definitely better with the Burning Barrage. If you get both, you're a carry. So, and I don't think you ever do that from the offlane. Like, super late game, sure. Sure. Super late game, sure. Do it. Go for it. Like, sell your Solar Crest and buy a Deso. Do it. Scythe of Ice, yep. Late in the game, I mean, I feel like you can get it mid game and it's still good. I haven't felt like how much damage he'd do with like level 14 Solar Crest Strafe. Like, can you one shot a person, or do you need more damage, or like, you know, I kind of need to feel that to know if you can just go second item Scythe of Ice, or that you really need like this Orchid or this Deso or something. I guess you can go Deso if you have a lot of stuns or something on your team. That would be nice. And then the Bloodthorn is super good, but it's a Bloodthorn. It's a luxury, rarely bought item for a reason. Yeah, so this is a nice stay alive item. It's either BKB or Lincoln. Hurricane Pike is nice. When zoning is key, opt for Acceptor. I feel like Acceptor is just so garbage. I think it's absolutely garbage. Amplify the damage of your attack effects by adding them to the archers. You can't do that. Maybe that used to be a talent in the past, but right now it doesn't work that way. So unless Tarbomb multi-shot somehow does that, which I don't think it does, but I guess we can try
Better
it.
to run than curse the road.
We'll try it, I guess. Like,
I alight to battle.
we need 2 dummy targets. I need...
Yes.
I guess I need these.
Your life is mine.
And then I say, do this.
Goes my bones.
Nope. Nope.
Certainly.
Nope. It doesn't do anything. So that's not how it works. So maybe later when they patch the hero again or something. But... okay, that's about it. Oh, shut up.
Straight as an arrow.
I think that's it. So, in conclusion, if you're still here, holy shit. In conclusion, Clinkz, his goal is to take objectives and kill people on the map. He's super good at that. To do that, he can also provide some vision with his skeletons, but his main goal is to pump out damage. Punish anybody that is out of position and really snowball the game. You are a accelerator. If you're winning the game, you are gonna win that game. Because you're gonna click on a tower, boom, it's gone. You're gonna click on Roshan, boom, it's gone. You're gonna click on a hero, boom, he's gone. That's what Clinkz does. And from the offlane, I think you can do it, but you can't do it with the Desos type stuff. But you can do it with the Solar Crest, you can do it with the Orchid, you can do it with the Gleipnir, you can do it with the Nullifier, you can do it with the Scythe. And then later in the game, you can do it with the BKB. You're probably buying BKB like 3rd, 4th item almost every game. Because you need to do the Clinkz thing and then not run away right away. If that makes sense. Like, you need to do the Clinkz thing and then be like, oh, hit me. You know, you're taking it for the team. And then when you're like half HP or you've tanked a couple spells, then you BKB and then, you know. You do offlane things. But basically you just make the fights annoying for them. And I think Ags is just not good enough. If Ags was like somehow good, it would be funny to get it as an offlaner, because then it would be more utility. Because this is kind of utility, but it's just super expensive. I think it's probably too good to be on the shard, but I would prefer it on the shard, obviously. So yeah, I think I would do this exact build, probably. Maybe Death Pact earlier and then Strafe. Nah, probably not, because Strafe Tarbomb is just your thing. More Death Pacts if you need it. Or certain, like, creeps or something. And then just Skeleton Walk. You get the Tarbomb, you get the range because Death Pact charge is not good. You get the attack speed probably always, and then I don't know what the 25 talent is. Multi-shot's probably nice, but Strafe's probably also nice. So, kinda depends. I feel like Strafe cooldown's really good, but multi-shot's better if they have, like, an illusion hero or something. That's about it. I wonder if it like procs off your shard. I guess we test that? We can test it right now by just hitting. Like,
Certainly.
I can just hit this one guy and then see. Oh, it doesn't proc.
Where to? Yes.
Oh, wait, I was not close enough?
I'm not ready. I alight to battle. Yes.
Okay, it doesn't multi-shot
Goes
in the
where
Burning
goes.
Barrage. Whew, okay. And then items-wise, I think I'm gonna try Medallion. Okay, Dota just crashed on my ass. What in the... For everything that is holy, what just happened? There's an update queued. I don't know why it just crashed. Okay. But I think you go Medallion. And then you decide if you finish the Solar Crest, because the Medallion gives you most of the value already. And even though Solar Crest is super nice, maybe you can spend that 1.4k, I think it is, on like half your next item. And the only benefit, it does give you the slow now, doesn't it? Let me check. So Medallion. What the hell? Oh, there we are. Hello. So Medallion doesn't give you the slow, and Solar Crest does give you the slow. So that's kind of the thing. If you're going Phylactery, you only go Medallion. You don't finish the Solar Crest, I think. So maybe if in some weird universe your Solar Crest is really bad because both of your cores will never use it, even though movement speed is just nice. But let's say they don't want the attack speed. I don't know how, but let's say that is the case. Then you could stop at Medallion and then go into Phylactery, I guess, for like the double dip, Medallion Phylactery, which is like most of the Medallion value and then also all of the Phylactery value, without having to buy like 5k worth of items. Is only like 3.5k. That's definitely good, I say hesitantly. So Rod of Atos is a little expensive. So I don't know how often you are going to get Rod of Atos over just getting Orchid. And that kind of scares me because I feel like Orchid is just such a dead-end item. I'd rather just pump all that gold into a Scythe of Vise, I think. Like, I'd rather just be online slightly later and get the Scythe, I think. Yeah, the build up of Orchid is kind of ass, anyways. Like Hex build up is also ass, but at least you get the ultimate orb in the Void Stone. I think I literally always skip Orchid for Scythe of Vise. Even though this gives you damage, sure. And it's cheap. But then you have an Orchid. Like, maybe if they have like a lineup where Orchid is good against like multiple units, dudes, and they're also going to be evasive. So there's like a PA, but also a Spirit, and like some other hero that really hates Orchid. Like Necrophos or something. Then I can see it. Ish. Ish. Damn, Bloodthorn is an expensive item. I think I always just want Scythe of Eyes, even though it doesn't give any damage. I can't see myself getting this Orchid. The Cornucopia? I don't know. I think the Orchid is just not super good from the offlane. Like, if you get the Orchid, it's only the Orchid. I don't think you're getting Bloodthorn very often. Like, it's a fine item, obviously, and it gives you True Strike on your skeletons, which is nice. You'll do more damage. Like, it's all nice if they don't do anything against it, but like, you can dispel the Bloodthorn. It's a 7k item that you can dispel. It's a Scythe of Eyes. It's 5.5. You can't dispel it. And you have 2k left, 1k left. Yeah, you can spend a full k on your next damage item. And it doesn't get dispelled. So, I don't know. Just buy 2 Blades of Attack with your Scythe of Eyes. I don't know. Weird champ. So that's kind of the... That's it, I think. That is Clinkz Offlane, if it works.
Lost and ready.
We're gonna try it out. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next theory crafting